Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will present about our project that is Q Prevent System (QPS), presented by me, Muhammad Asamuddin bin Muhammad Asri, as a leader, and the second one is Ahmad Badrul Amin bin Mohlisin. Say hi.
Hi, it's
Okay,
me.
the third one uh, is Amin Hakim bin Kamaruddin. Say hi too.
Hi.
Okay, for the fourth one is Mama Aikal Rizaki bin Roslan.
Hi.
For the last one is Nazirul Mubin bin Nodin for the
Hi.
last one. Alright. So we proceed to our slide. So this slide contain introduction, design, and result. So for the introduction, we will invite Badrul to present first.
Okay, hi. Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Badru Amin bin Molisin. I want to introduce about the project that we made. First, I will explain about the main theme. The main theme of this project is challenges and interventions of digital society in adopting new norm. In the pandemic season, an online system is very much introduced. Even the information update system for people in the store should be also be made online. It is a problem for people who do not know the exact number of the people in the store, and this will make the people queuing before entering the store due to the SOP that been ordered by the government. This situation makes people tired queuing because it take too long time to enter the store. Okay, our project teams is queue before entering the store is very tiring. Before entering the store, many people must queue because of limitation of people inside the store. It must be tiring because of waiting a lot of people. While the people in the store feel a pressure because someone waiting for them, there is does not free time while in the store. So the investigation is to solve the problem that people do not need to wait and make a long queue before entering the store. Our feature, the feature of the product is we can display the information directly to the user. We can monitor the number of people in the store, and we use the IoT to solve the problem. The product also has a reasonable price. So we go to the next slide. I will explain about the problem statement. We have several problem statement. The first problem statement is the limitation number of people inside the store in one time due to pandemic COVID-19. Uh, this is this will make the people queue before entering the store. And the next problem statement is it is exhausting to stand in line while waiting for your time to enter the store. The next problem is it is difficult to estimate how many individuals are in the store, and it takes a long time to register manually before entering the store. So we go to the next slide. For the proof of the problem, we question a lot of people. So a lot of people is practice the social distancing, and they agree that queuing is very tiring. These four questionnaire is improve the problem. Okay, so we go to the next slide. Okay, the solution that we can give to the people is the system display the number of people in the store, so they can make their plan to visit the store. And the next solution is the system allow people to plan their trip to visit the store. And the next solution is the system shows the current and previous people body temperature that visit the store. The last solution we provide is the system allow register online by sign in at the website or the application. So I will pass to Amin Hakim for the explanation of the scope of work.
Okay. Okay, for the scope of work, I will explain. Uh, I I am Amin Hakim, and for the figure shown in the slide, it shows the a regular premise which mostly require queuing, and it shows people needs to queue before entering a store. This is because in the picture many people are queuing, so the queue is long, and this is because they did not know how many people are currently queuing. uh, it is tiring to do this all the time during this pandemic because you need to wait before entering a store. And then for the next slide, uh, in the first picture it shows uh, user using the apps, and then the next one, when the user using the apps, they can see need to log in on the apps, and then the next one they can choose the area that they want for the store, and then after you choose the area, you can choose which store you want to see the data, and then the next one, user choose Tesco, and then they can see how many people currently waiting on the Tesco premise, and then the next picture shows the location of the premise that is selected by the user. So with this app, everyone can see this data online, so they can decide to go for another shop while waiting for another shop that has less people. And then for the next slide, it shows when the our project is implemented to the premise. Uh, there will be used two sensors, which is IR sensor, one for people that enter the store, and the another sensor to track people leaving the store. And next, I will pass it to my members, Aikal.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. For design specification, firstly we have infrared sensor, which is infrared sensor is an electronic sensor that measure infrared light radiating from object in its field of view. The infrared sensor is used to count the people that enter and out the store. Secondly, we have infrared temperature sensor. And infrared temperature sensor is a non-contact infrared thermometer. The signal conditioning acid and the IR sensitive field detector chip are both integrated ENTO 39 can IR temperature sensor was used to measure body temperature individual before entering the store. Next is Node MCU. Node MCU is an open source IoT platform with a low cost. It came with firmware that ran on expressive system, ESP8266, Wi-Fi, SoC, and hardware that was based on the ESP12 module at first Node MCU is a processor for our product. So next is Wi-Fi module, which is built in the Node MCU. The ESP8266 Wi-Fi module is a safe content SoC with an integrated TCP protocol stack that can grant access to your Wi-Fi network to any microcontroller. Wi-Fi module was used to send the data in the database application. So the next design specification is buzzer. The buzzer is a mechanical, electromechanical or piezoelectric audio signaling device. When you turn it on, it will beep. Buzzer was used to beep when the person entering the store. So for the application, program is a software program that is meant to do a specific job that is not related to computer functioning. Application was used to display the information to the user. For database, a database is conceptually the collection of structure and data kept electronically in a computer system. Database was used to collect and gathering the data before display it in the application. So for Block diagram, we have input, microcontroller and output. Input is infrared sensor and IR temperature sensor. For microcontroller, we use Node MCU, and for output, we use Wi-Fi module, buzzer, database, and application. So that's all for me. I will invite the next person to present the project hardware.
Okay, hello. I will present about flowchart of the hardware. First, the program will start. Then, it will scan the temperature of the people. People will scan the temperature. If the temperature is normal, the people can enter the shop, and then the buzzer will ringing. If the temperature are abnormal, the person cannot enter the shop. Then the program will go back to the start. Then uh, repeat the same process, that is detect the scan for the temperature. So after that, people will scan for the IR sensor one, that is at the entrance door. So if the people pass by the sensor, it will make the people count plus one. That means the total of people inside the premise plus one. So the buzzer will ringing. Then after that, if people scan for the IR sensor 2 at the exit door, then the total of the people count will minus 1. That means the number of people inside the store will be minus 1. Then the buzzer at the uh, exit door will ringing. That's all for the hardware. So we proceed to the flowchart of the software. So at the first time, it will ask the user to sign in to access the application, so that the user can choose the specific area to visit. So in the specific area to visit menu, they can choose to sign out, then sign in with another name or username. So after they choose the specific area, they can choose the store that they want to visit. So on that, they can choose location and choose view. If they choose location, it will show the direction to the store. If they choose view, it will get the information of the store. So the process will end at there. So for the 3D hardware model, uh, it consists of two cylinder hall. The first cylinder hall consists of infrared sensor holder, that where the infrared sensor has been put. So the second cylinder hall is the place for the IR temperature sensor place. So the buzzer being put between the IR temperature sensor and infrared sensor in the middle of. So the Node MCU has been installed behind the IR sensor and the infrared sensor, so that the model is not too big. So this is the 3D hardware model at the shop application. So we can see here the people is lined up to enter the shop. So at the entrance door, it contains infrared sensor 1, IR temperature sensor, and the buzzer. So at the exit door, it's contain infrared sensor 2, only to detect the people out from the premise. The infrared at the entrance door will count the number of people inside the shop. Then the infrared sensor 2 at the exit door will deduct the number of people inside the premise. Okay, this is for our simulation. So for our simulation, we change our infrared sensor into button 1 and infrared sensor 2 into button 2. So the function is same as the button triggered, it will act as infrared sensor. So for the first system flow, the temperature sensor will read the temperature of the people pass by. If the temperature is normal, the person can enter the shop, then it will pass by the infrared sensor 2. If you push button 1, the number of people count will +1 and the total number will increase. Then the buzzer will ringing if the button 1 is being pressed. For the button 2, it will deduct the number people inside the premise and the buzzer will ring if there are people pass by. Okay, that's all from me. I will pass to Nazirul Mubin to explain about result of the project.
Hello. So for result of the project, first we discuss about the findings.
Next, Sam.
So for the findings, the simulation had been done. The simulation shows that the button function as the ultrasonic sensor, which can be people counter. When people pass through the sensor, it will detect and count people. The sensor has been put entrance and exit of premise, so the number of increment and deducted of people is based on people that passing by. This project already have a limit for a certain number of people. When people exceeding the limitation, the buzzer will be triggered as alarm and alerting the staff and owner of premise to stop letting people get in premise. So the buzzer have two options. One for alerting when it exceeding a limitation. Second, each of person when get in, it will beep for a few seconds. So at the left, we have a picture about calculation about power consumption of the infrared sensor. Voltage when the person is 10 centimeter or closer is a 5 volt, and then a supply current is 20 milliamp. So power infrared detect person in 10 centimeter or closer is around 0.1 watt, because 5 volt times by 20 milliamp power. So for the at the right, we have a serial monitor show about the temperature. Next. So this is our result for the circuit diagram. At the top we have temperature sensor, and then a buzzer, and two switch button function as infrared sensor. Next. So this is from the left. I will start from the left. Is a login page for the application. First, on the top we have a login title, and then we have a box that need to fill about enter name and NRIC for sign in into the web page. And then at the right we have the main menu for the queue prevent system. On the top it show the logout button, and in the table we have a few locations that been listed and the premise that can be seen by the listed in the table. So for the Shah Alam, so the page that you can choose in the specific area display the store that exists in the area. The page that show the detail of the store, and then show the number of current people in the store and latest temperature that been recorded. So next. Next, if we push the button of location, it will show the location, the map, uh, in the map. So the customer need to choose the location, and then it will conduct through the Google Map directly. So next,
But
so as a conclusion, the project as demonstration in the last subsection seem to have solved the aim of the project to ease and decrease the time to get in. The major focus of the initiative is to prevent crowding or excessive gathering by waiting for a queue. By letting the user know how people about the premise the user want to attend, the number of person at the premise has been deducted effectively. Each individual's temperature may be detected without the use of person or a standalone temperature sensor. The device attached to this project will take up less space. In the project, just minimal coding abilities like C++ and HTML are required. So it is and decrease the time to get in the store. It allow prevent crowding or getting waiting for a queue. The number at the premise has been detected effectively. So the main objective of this project has been achieved. Next, thanks, and don't forget to try the registration website. That's all.